Well, hello. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining with me. You might have a turkey in the oven or have people getting ready to come over or a lot of festivities going. So thanks for being on this video. But you know what? As long as I got you, let's talk about something real quick. Thanksgiving, if it's anything like it is for you, like it is for me, there's a lot of traditions that come around Thanksgiving. Growing up, my mom would always cook a turkey in her oven. And I remember one year everything changed when my dad got the turkey and deep fried it. Oh, it was a game changer for me. In fact, I still remember eating that turkey and how even though it was a good tradition with what we had, there was something unique about doing something different. And that's what I want to take just another minute to talk to you about today, because your traditions might look a little differently this year. In fact, you may not have the same people coming over. You might not even be cooking the same type of food, because everything about this year has led to a Thanksgiving that's like none other for you. And that might be really difficult, but I have some advice. As you're cooking, don't forget the salt. Don't forget the salt. Don't forget the seasonings. And what I mean by that is not just the regular salt, but the salt that Jesus talks about. In fact, he talked to us 2,000 years ago about something that I think would be helpful today. In Matthew 5:13, he says, "You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again?" If the salt loses its saltiness, you might have a dish that's fantastic, but if you don't season it correctly, well, it's just going to come out bland. Your life might feel a little bland. It might feel like you're just going through the motions with this coronavirus crisis continuing on for almost a year now. And it might just seem like you're doing this day after day in the mundane, and your life might have lost a little bit of its saltiness. Don't lose your saltiness. And here's how we keep our saltiness as it comes to Jesus. It means embracing the parts that have changed. Well, before I can even continue on, let's talk about that. Embracing the parts that it's changed. Most of us reject change. In fact, we don't like change. But the reason we don't like change isn't for change's sake. If I was to give you $1 million, well, you'd take that change. So it's really not change that we oftentimes reject. It's the loss that comes with change. We're afraid of what we're losing, our traditions, our values, the people we love, the things we care about. And that's tough, especially this time of year when you consider all that this year might have costed you. But that's not the end of the story, and it shouldn't be the end of the story for you, because to maintain your saltiness is sometimes to look at change and in the midst of the hardships, in the midst of the pain, to find the joy, to find where you can still stay connected to Jesus, to find where those unexpected opportunities that Jesus has placed in your life, well, it might just be that there is a way that He is trying to speak to you through them. You might need to shake up your recipes this year. You might need to do things a little differently. But as you're preparing your meal, whether your turkey's in the oven or out on the Traeger, I encourage you to add some saltiness. Find ways to bring Jesus back into the midst of those circumstances. Find ways to say, "Thank you, God," even for the circumstances that I don't like, because while we don't quite understand them, I truly believe that Jesus is working all things as Lord. And even though there's hard times and there's difficult moments and there's difficult seasons, and even though those difficult times might seem like they have no way out, don't lose your saltiness. Don't let the mundane of life overtake you. Find the joy each and every day. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Take in your phone and set up a reminder. It could be at a random time, at a random point throughout the day, but set it up every day this week. And as you do so, may that reminder remind you to think of the joy, to thank God, not just for what you have in the moment, but to thank God for what you're able to do, to thank God for the opportunities you have. Remind yourself to be thankful. Stay salty, my friends. Have a great day.